Welcome back to One Round. We're going to go a second round with our man Bill Seikaly to talk a little bit more about this Charles Pugh scandal. Bill, thanks so much for staying with us.
Welcome, Darrell.
I understand that the school board president essentially came out and said that he opposed the whole idea of Pugh setting up this mentoring program in the first place. If that's the case, did that happen? And if that's the case, how in the heck was this guy allowed to get into these schools?
Well, first of all, let me tell you this. Lamar Lemon, in my opinion, is one of the heroes of this story. Because all too often the attorneys or the administration get to people and say, for God's sakes, don't let anybody know we made a mistake, which is why these things happen. These things happen because school districts and other organizations try to sweep them under the rug. And Mr. Lemon deserves to really be one of the heroes of this story. How did it happen? I don't know. One of the questions that we've sent the Detroit Public Schools Freedom of Information Act request to find out what the relationship was. This was a required class. Seniors in this all-boys school had to be in that classroom.
In this mentoring program.
They had to be there every Wednesday during the entire school year. Now, why wasn't there anybody from the Detroit Public Schools also in that classroom? Don't have an answer to that.
And why would somebody from Detroit Public Schools need to be there? What was Lamar Lemons' concern specifically about?
Well, you're going to have to ask Lamar that. I don't know the answer. But one of the questions that need to be answered is, why wouldn't there be somebody?
Well, I'm going to tell you, the rumor about Charles Pugh was that he was grooming young men at young ages, waiting until they became legal, and then he would engage in these relationships with them. That's the rumor.
We know from interviews that my office and our investigators have done that it's more than a rumor. It happened, and sometimes he didn't wait until a certain.
So Lamar Lemons knew this. He tried to stop it.
I don't know what Lamar Lemons.
Okay, he did say though that he was opposed to it. Now I understand that he's come out since then and said that any legal action taken against the school board would be a distraction. How do you feel about it?
I disagree with him. I think that probably the most important thing that parents in the Detroit Public Schools want is to be assured that their kids are safe. And they're not going to be safe if we keep on doing the same thing. You can't expect a different result if you keep on doing the same thing. Why the Detroit Public Schools doesn't have an explanation for what was going on at this academy is befuddling to me, but we're going to find that out.
But before we can even take steps to try and prevent this from happening again, at some point, don't we have to take action against the person who perpetrated this the first time around? I mean, how confident can we be that we're going to stop this if we can't stop the people who we know are doing this already?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of truth to that. He needs to be part of any.
Are you suing the school board?
We will sue the people responsible at the time and the place that we believe to be in our client's best interest.
Does that include the school board and Charles Pugh?
If they are responsible, we know Charles is. The answer is yes.
Okay.
But we won't do it until we conduct a thorough investigation. We are not the kind of lawyers that just sue as soon as we have any potential lawsuit.
Okay.
We're going to investigate it. We're going to do the right thing for the community as well as our clients. Let me tell you, Darrell, we do a lot of these cases in our firm. The pattern's always the same. And we know how to stop it. The question is, do we have the will?
All right. Well, we're waiting to see where the other shoe drops, Bill. Thanks so much.
Pleasure, Darrell.
Appreciate having you.
Pleasure.
This is Darrell Dawsey, Bill Seikaly, One Round. We'll see you guys next week.